Welcome back everyone to this Pixel Perfect Path to Affiliate mini series. We've got a 100% completion rate for you this evening. 3 games, 300%. I think that's how percentages work, right? Yeah, whatever, dude. Well, coming up next, we have got Plywood running Zone of the Enders 100%. Please stick around and enjoy. And if you're not following us yet, please consider it, because we are super close to 300 followers on the channel. It would be awesome to hit that number before this stream is out. Anyway, I will hand it over to you, Ply. Take it away.
Thank you, Nick. Hi, everybody. I'm Plywood, coming at you with my first ever stream on this channel. So I've commentated for a couple of runs, but this is going to be the first run I'm going to be doing for the channel. We're going to be doing Zone of the Enders 100%. And I am joined by Saphiro Crescent. You can say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
And the Lightning Strikes.
Hello. It's not like I've been here before.
So yeah, this is going to be a category that's never been run before on a marathon. This is a debut run because this category was made up recently to do something a little bit different with this game. Just for a little bit of context, I have all the world records in this game, and I decided to route a full completion category. There's no percentage in the game, but what we're going to be doing is getting all the sub-weapons, which are the special weapons in the game, and completing all the SOS missions. So that's 5 SOS missions, and I think like weapons that we're going to be picking up. So it's going to add about 10 minutes to the run, which is 50% fast, 50% more gameplay than any percent. So we're going to be seeing a lot more fighting, a lot more sub-weaponry, rather than just using our bread and butter that we do in any percent. So look forward to that. All right. So with that out of the way, we're going to get started here. Time starts when I select easy, and we will get going in 3, 2, 1, go. So the start of this is going to look pretty similar to any percent. We're just going to be taking out the first few enemies and doing our first little boss fight. It's not much of a fight, but hopefully I don't screw up the setup to make it real fast. You're going to see me do a lot of burst shots. Those are those big energy balls. It does a lot of damage, and it is great at long distance. So you'll see me just rinse and repeat between these 2 enemies like this.
Yeah, it's a strat to these guys with the shields. Okay, wait, we're first doing this boss. That was the boss. The guys with the shields, we call them mummy hats, and it's officially the name of the game. And these guys, you can confuse them by targeting them with, like, when you're doing a burst shot and all that, and then just before you are about to shoot the burst shot, you switch your target to someone else, because then they don't expect it.
Yeah, we'll be exploring that later on. It's a really good technique for a set of mummies that we have to take out later on.
Yeah, you're basically this huge anime robot, but everyone around you is also some sort of huge anime robot. Obviously, they have less capabilities than you have. Like, you have all this, cool stuff, guns. You can do the big burst shot, all that stuff. They have some similar capabilities, just not everything. This is our first real boss, by the way, Tempest. He has underestimated us.
3 shots over the mark.
Yeah, it's always an easy boss, I would say, Tempest.
Yeah.
We immediately go back so we can get our first sub-weapon, which is the mummy. So this gives us a shield and it heals us, which is really nice.
And it's the only one you don't need a driver for, weirdly enough, as well. Jehuti just has it.
Yeah,
apparently.
that and Sniper. There's no driver for Sniper either.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
a big difference between any percent and 100% is that you have to do these SOS missions like playset, and it does slow down at first. It does slow you down a little bit. You do also get like the passcodes. And this game is kind of semi-techy and requires you to get some passwords so you can unlock certain sub-weapons that we can use to actually speed up the game. So even though that you're definitely doing 100% route, so you're spending more time doing things, you are as well speeding up the game by a little bit. And this will probably be more of use in higher difficulties than this. But higher difficulties are also way harder on this game, so...
Yeah.
I mean, there's a section in the game that will, we will get to where you have basically 1 HP, so any hit you get, that could basically kill you. That's kind of what the highest difficulty is like anyhow. Like, it doesn't matter who's going to hit you, 1 hit is already going to possibly kill you.
Yeah. It's like semi-hard difficulty. Or very hard difficulty.
So it's the first SOS mission. What we want here is a B rank because it's a little bit faster, but if you're really good, then you just end up.
You played too good. You're playing too good because
Yeah.
our friend Sylvise is like, you're fantastic. But if you just do it like okay, she's just like, good job, and it's like a couple seconds faster. So
yeah, it's technically faster to actually be a bit reckless and kill people, because that's what these SOS missions are. You're trying to save the cities that are being infiltrated by enemy forces from Mars. Yeah, it's actually good to kill a little bit of these people because it makes you faster, but it's obviously very morally incorrect. Also, Ada, the AI that is in your armor suit, she will comment on you and say very nasty things if you don't do well.
Yeah. And you can even get a bad end as well if you just do horribly in the SOSs.
You have to actually really try
Yeah.
real bad, because you would have to actually go out of your way and try slash things and kill buildings and kill people. But yes, it's also just really hard to get those A ranks in general. I mean, yeah, I just got one, but there's also a few sections where you have like the boss fight Tempest is right before you have the SOS mission in that section of the game, which means that if you kill a lot of buildings around you, you destroy a lot of buildings around you, that's going to affect your score later.
Yeah. And Ada will sometimes say, are you enjoying this as well? If you kill way too many. So
Wow. She's like, are you a sadist?
So that was really good.
That was
You
a
can see me
really clean.
that was sick.
using the burst shots to take out those little porter jars to open up the sniper.
So a lot
We're
of
gonna-
areas here are like locked behind sub-weapons, and in this case it was locked behind the sniper. That's why Apply had to enter this area briefly, go back, and then get the sniper, and then go back in, because you will enter the area first, and then they're like, well, I guess you can't do anything here, only if you had a sniper, and obviously then you get the sniper.
It also looks like Play was shooting directly through the wall. There's a weird thing with collision in this version where they kind of balked it. It's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, it just does not
yeah.
work like it should.
Yeah. Like, I think it might be the widescreen doing it. I'm not certain. I have no idea. But yeah.
Yeah, I think widescreen does have some influence on it at least, but in the end, the sniping it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of the weirdest sub-weapons. It's really bad in combat. Also, these guys are not being kind to you.
Yeah. These can be very
This
rough.
fight is like one of the worst fights in the whole game. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
You want to be like up close to them to get like the combo burst slash on all of them, but oftentimes they'll like grab or dodge or just be annoying. It's yeah.
Like, there's a more safe way with stabs, but it's definitely nowhere near as fast, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you will always see what squads are currently in an area, and sometimes you will see like a text under it. Sometimes it will just say like question mark. Sometimes it will say passcode. If it says passcode, then you bet your ass that Ply is going to get it, because he needs those passcodes to unlock all the sub weapons in the game.
Yeah.
Or other things that he needs in the game, like to advance the plot or that kind of stuff. Sometimes it says Metatron. Metatron is something that heals you, so it heals you back to full HP. Which sometimes you might want it in case you're very low HP and easy. We're not really going to need it that much, hopefully. But like right here, you see Unknown. There was a squad with Unknown. Sometimes you see that's just because you don't have the sub weapon yet.
Yeah.
But that's generally what Ply will be going after when he's like targeting certain squads. He will just be like, okay, I want this thing of you, or I need to get it because I need to have your password so that I can unlock the sub weapon that I'm after.
That was a fail on my part. I was trying to shoot that porter through the wall. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but after a certain distance on the HD version, it's just like, all right, that sniper bullet's just gonna go. But that shot is really weird since you don't have a great indication of where the porter is. So I ended up having to shoot it in the backup spot, which is not that big of a deal, but it's a little bit slower. That's one of the trickiest sniping parts in the game.
May have noticed also unlocked for a sec there, and it had a timer counting down. This game works based off, if they can't see you, they don't exist. It's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, it's the best way to disengage. Just focus your camera on something else and just pretend you're not there.
It's a good hide and seek technique.
I want to have Halberd here because it lets me do a faster strat for Cyclops coming up, which are the guys that punch you, but sadly I got the phalanx drop, so I'm not going to be able to use the Halberd here, or the Halberd as it kind of looks like on the text. It's not a big deal, but if you Halberd that guy, he dies in like a second. It's very quick.
We have obtained the program.
But that's part of the fun of 100%. You don't know what ammo drops you're going to get, so you have to just kind of work it on the fly.
So what Ply is doing right now, if we're going a little bit towards the story, this lovely little planet is being invaded by people from Mars that are against Earth, and they think that if they, conquer this area, then they are more strong and all that. So
yeah, they're trying to get the. We're a 13-year-old who ended up going into a military base and got this giant mech called Jehuti. And they're looking to get this mech and another mech called Anubis, which are really strong orbital frames. They've captured Anubis, but they have not captured Jehuti yet.
Yeah, it's all about power, and we want to disrupt them, of course. And there's this force shield going on, so we're trying to kill the reactors of these force shields. But one of the force shields is being hidden behind. I have to say, I've been watching too many speedruns, so the plot is a little bit lost on me sometimes.
It's a microwave, so we have to use this robot to get through it.
Yeah, it's because we need this robot, and this is actually one of the enemies, but because we had the Raptor control program that Ply grabbed earlier, we can now actually be like the enemy. And it allows us to get in here.
Yep, we destroy this other generator, and then we can move beyond the big tower in the middle. Here's a commander. He is the commander of himself. That's why he has an asterisk.
That's what I always am too. At my job, I'm the commander of myself.
You are the commander of yourself.
Right.
We have obtained the item.
To get some more sniper ammo, very important. And now we're gonna head back to where the raptor went, so we can go kill the raptor we were just controlling, so we can get the stealth module that it's carrying that allowed it to actually see the crack in the wall.
Yeah, because it picked up a stealth module. There's going to be some squads that are going to be invisible. You will literally not see them otherwise. So we really need this to be able to advance the plot.
Yeah.
It also allows us to collect Gauntlet, which is a very key sub-weapon. Can be quite useful, so. But hopefully he doesn't play mean with me. Don't play dirty. Thank you.
Nice.
Now we actually have to kill the raptor that we just were. And this
Thankfully,
just
he took my burst shots and just accepted it rather than dodging out of the way, which is always annoying when that happens.
he knew it was coming.
Or dodging through it as well. That's
Yeah.
another one.
Finding the
Very
raptor.
annoying.
Finding the raptor in this game is always a little bit silly because they show you at the beginning very obviously that there's like a defect, like a malfunctioning raptor next to you, but you kind of forget about that, of course, because you're just advancing the plot and there's a lot happening, and then there's suddenly like, oh, gee whiz, if only there was a raptor we could control. But you know, most people obviously have no recollection of it anymore.
This is the worst SOS mission. It's like 2 minutes of straight fighting, so I'm just gonna try and do my best.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's like 11 squads in this one as well, which is crazy for this game.
Yeah, it begins with like 8, but if you when you destroy certain squads, it can spawn more squads, and those often have things like passcodes or other things that you will need. In this case, it's just to finish the SOS mission. But as you can see, Ply will not care about hitting buildings and possibly killing people in those buildings.
Yeah, if you want to get all A ranks, this is the worst level, because basically what you have to do is bait all the enemies into the middle of this area to avoid them damaging buildings or killing civilians. It's super annoying.
And sometimes they shoot a little randomly too, which is not great.
There's a lot of RNG involved.
Yeah, for one of these levels, really not great.
Yeah, and then Surface will tell you, maybe we shouldn't go to the city anymore, Leon.
Okay, I needed to not do 2 dash stabs on that guy. Alright, what's up, guys?
Also, for those who didn't see, because we obviously missed the cutscenes for it, Surface is someone it's a friend of Leon's that we picked up. She was being surrounded by these enemy robots, and we picked her up. She's with us in the cockpit of this suit. So she's basically just with us for the ride, I would say. But she will request to not be in the cockpit anymore if you kill too many people.
If you're like killing civilians, just let me go.
And
I don't want to be in this.
And Ada
Okay,
will
that was-
also have
Well,
a
just
go at you
listen
as
to
well.
this.
Many injured and many killed. This was predictable by your capabilities as a frame runner.
Brutal.
Oh,
Absolutely
Always.
brutal.
It's always just so brutal.
I have to get like B rank, and I don't even know if that's ever gonna happen, that I'm gonna get B rank on that level, because it's very tough to not have incidental deaths. Okay, so we are now are infected with a virus, and we are 1 hit from death, and that makes this part a little scary. So I'm just gonna focus.
Destroyed a porter.
Yeah, the enemy that was just there for like a split second, because obviously we would have seen it if we had cutscenes.
Vector trap has been
He shot us down,
battle position.
and it infected Jehuti with a 1 HP virus, which is not nice. And then they give you this one-time SOS right here that you can only do when you've at 1
We
HP.
have obtained the program.
Yeah, and
Freaking helicopter got in the way. I wasn't trying to kill that guy.
Backup force is approaching our location. Enemy backup forces are in battle.
I mean, it might be a B.
We have shot down the enemy.
I don't think it actually matters for this one. Sniper.
Mission accomplished.
Try to get to the cars. There's the cars. Check out the cars, everyone.
No damage building. A few were injured or killed.
yeah, every time
You're in the worst
you
position. Thank you.
you ignore these SOS missions, someone you see these like little icons of humans underneath the area name. Every time you ignore them, so you just go into a different area, you will see an icon remove itself. So you technically it's because you're so slow that people are dying, and
Yep.
it's indicating that you should hurry up. So if you do decide to get yourself healed first, because
Our location.
you're like,
You
well,
can't
I'm at,
even. You have to do that one with 1 HP.
yeah, that one will
Yeah.
just disappear. That one will just disappear. But it, but even if you are like, well, I'm going to visit some other areas, you're basically just killing people in a way.
Yep. The game wants to prioritize you saving people. Right there is why Gauntlet is so good. There's a ceiling there, and I can just launch the Raptor into the wall and get the bonus damage. So that it's one of those things where having these extra weapons really helps.
No
Alright,
level
we have-
1 random kill.
We have one more SOS to do, and this is really the most important one, because if we don't do this one, the whole colony is doomed because they're trying to destroy the primary shaft holding everything up.
We will hold battle
So this is probably the most important SOS story-wise.
shot down the enemy. Enemy backup force is approaching our location.
We
But
get
you
to
don't do
listen
it
to
in
this
any
banger. Yeah, well, we're just focused on delivering this mech to people resisting Bahram.
Casualties have to be made. Sacrifices are made,
Sacrifice our whole where were born and raised, and everyone here just sacrificed for the good of speed.
Right.
Shot down the enemy. We will cease battle position. We will hold battle position. We have shot down the enemy.
Oh, this is the wrong
Obtained
one.
the Metatron ore.
Oh.
Mission accomplished. I will damage to the enemy
must be
from
that
this
way.
battle.
I would say that this is the easiest to A rank.
Casualties
Yeah.
either. The attack on
It
the
takes a
front
while for them to destroy those
has been avoided for
sections of the building, luckily.
Whew. It's saved.
It's actually kind of hard to destroy them yourself, actually. You have to really go for
You
it.
really have to try. If you
Yeah.
gauntlet them, if you like throw them into the pillars, they'll break.
Obtained the program.
So like you could gauntlet them in for the good of the speed,
Yeah, that sort of like environmental damage that you do by pushing people into walls and stuff, it's really powerful.
Enemy backup force is
Also, these S ranks, they're just I don't know. I always
They're
call it
special.
I always call it a 0.5, like they're 5.5 or something,
Yeah.
because they're just a little bit better.
passcode.
And when they're higher levels, they'll start dodging a lot more as well. Which is a bit rough sometimes.
And that's why we get the decoy.
Yeah. Decoy is so helpful.
Enemy backup force is approaching our location.
So here you see that we wouldn't have been able to see these enemies because we wouldn't have had the stealth module. But now that we do have it, we can actually advance the plot because we need these passcodes to get decoy, because decoy is needed for the next boss fight. If we don't have decoy, the enemy will be able to just target on us and literally just blast us with this sort of what shall I say, like an Ultima blast, like in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the mega killer beam.
The laser of doom, exactly, and it instantly kills you. That's why you can't progress there. It's one of the areas where you also just go in, you say hi to the boss, and then you're like bye, and just like before when we had to get the sniper weapon.
Damage.
All right, now we're gonna fight. What's this guy's name?
Tyrant.
Tyrant. Yeah. There's two T bosses. I was like, it's not Tempest.
Yeah,
You go so fast in this game, it doesn't matter.
I had to remember myself. I almost said Tempest.
So on easy, we are able to tank these laser beam shots pretty fine. Right now, Ply is using Mummy, which is a shield that also heals you while you're using it, just to get a little bit more HP. But yeah, on easy we can tank this just fine. Obviously, on the higher difficulty, you're doomed. And nice, very good second cycle.
Yep, all good.
A lot of bosses operate in 2 cycles. I think they all operate in 2 cycles.
Yeah.
And usually the first cycle they're just kind of like doing distancey stuff, like they're trying to just shoot you from afar, and then they get physical or a little bit more closer, and the second phase, but also a little bit more harder to kill. But when you know the strats TM, that's not really a problem.
You see the power of decoy. They get really dumb.
Yeah, and when you put a decoy out, all the robots are just like, oh, there's a decoy. It's like they're seeing a ghost and they're just going through it like, oh wow, look, I can go through this ghost.
They can kill the decoy, but the Cyclops just don't. They just kind of float in, and it's really good.
Yeah.
That's a 2 level 5 Cyclops, and they're really annoying otherwise. But sadly, I did not get Comet. I want to have Comet here. It makes breaking these walls coming up faster, but I did not get Comet, so that's going to change my routing a little bit.
Yeah, Comet is a nice sub-weapon that, it's basically like a small burst shot that you're sending, and so it's way faster because you're just using it like a regular weapon, and we need to break these walls here in order to advance, so that would save a little bit. It's also pretty powerful. Comet is pretty powerful.
You can break through shields plus home in as well, which is really nice.
We have shot down the enemy. We have obtained the Metatron ore. We will cease battle position.
Okay, good. That's good.
It's always scary when you get that invisible wall.
I've missed that so many times.
Yeah.
We have shot down the enemy.
Well, I mean, on my casual
Really good
playthrough,
combo.
I forgot it even. Yeah, so what you'll see is that Ply always aims to get the person of the squad that's the leader first. They have the asterisk. This squad doesn't have an asterisk as such, but the last one did. It means that if that leader dies, what happens is that the morale just kind of drops so hard that everyone's level in the squad turns to level 1, so they're way easier to destroy, as you'll see here.
And it's like you're giving them the virus back as well,
Yeah.
which is quite nice.
Taste of their own bullshit.
It's always appreciated when a game does that.
Nice first shot on Nebula. So Nebula likes to fly around and do these things. I find him quite annoying, honestly. His first phase is really annoying because he will do these balls that shoot lasers and stuff, and your burst shot can be hit by it. But
Nice.
that was a really hit phase 1, man.
Alright, listen to this man. He's gonna taunt us. You really think that would affect me? Oh no. Oh no.
It's not very
oh,
effective, as you can
Oh,
see.
it's not effective.
No, it's not very effective. Oh no, I think you should have switched to a different weapon.
Damage to the
So now this is the hardest boss in the entire game. It's Neve. We briefly saw her a little bit in the first few seconds of the game, but now she's actually back and like full power and actually targeting you. In the beginning, she was just like, "Who's this?" And then you kind of let her find out, and then she was like, "Oh, okay. I have to be more powerful against this one because he packs a punch." Something that we want to do here is get her in a loop where you keep grabbing her and smashing her into the environment. That was great. That
was quick.
That was really nice. Now we're going to a place called Hub, and the thing with Hub is that basically this place is part of the structure of the entire colony, I believe. Or at least very important, and they're placing bombs in it to make it collapse. So you'll see Play would grab his sniper sub-weapon to snipe these bombs, because on easy we can just snipe the bombs and tank the damage. The bombs will hurt us a lot. If you go do that in like very hard or just a higher difficulty, you will just instantly die. But here it's fine. So you have to just kill squads and then kill the bomb and then kill squads.
Stop bombing! Oh my god! That's so bad.
Yeah.
That was annoying. That's the whole part with this hub section. The enemies are going to be so annoying, and you do have to kill them all in order to advance the scene.
And they have a big habit of wanting to dodge everything or burst slashing you if you decide to do certain things, which is very rough at times. Like, you can go for a stab sometimes and they'll just burst slash right through it because they get iframes from it. And it takes so much health.
Oh, we got it. And now we're doing Neve again because she actually didn't die completely. Well, a little bit, but
we didn't finish her off, so we have to
finish her off.
Because our pilot is not really a warrior, he's just a kid, doesn't really want to kill anyone.
We were being kind, but
we did it.
And now we're actually against the final boss, but the funny thing with the final boss is that you cannot defeat him, so it doesn't matter what you do here. This is like a set. It's not a cutscene, because you can actually move around, but there's nothing for us to really do except for just wait it out and spam stuff like Play's doing. Don't pause it. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's a waste of time.
Those were some very nice grabs, by the way.
Yes, the last Neve fight is way more easy when it comes to chaining those grabs. It has more leniency. The first Neve fight, well, I mean, I guess it's the second Neve fight. She's just a pain in the ass.
Time's coming up. It's when the screen fades to black. It's gonna happen in like 5 seconds here.
Exceeding 50%.
Oh, you can shoot through that?
Today I learned too.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
30-31.
That's it.
Nice.
GG's.
GG, man.
Wow, you got a D evaluation? Even though you had C's? Oh.
I had another C. So the game's like, but that's a new world record, folks.
Nice.
30-31.
Woo!
IGT. I don't know what that is, RTA.
Well done.
30-33. Oh, not bad, not bad.
That was some good piloting.
Yeah, there were some really good fights in that one.
Yep. I think sub 30 is definitely doable, but it's a very clean run in order to get the sub 30, that's for sure. Man, right at the end there with those raptors. So for a raptor just constantly be bounding is such a awful option choice for us because we're trying to make them like not kill the decoy immediately, and that raptor did it twice, even with my like backup decoy, which I really shouldn't have used because I kind of want to keep it for the last Cyclops at the end. So I was just like, you gotta be joking, dude. Please stop freaking bounders.
Yes. No, they're really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Zone of the Enders 100%. It's a real trip. Even though it's 50% longer, it's still like really intense, in certain ways even more intense because we have a lot more fighting to do. So yeah, if y'all want to learn this game, definitely hit up our Discord. I also have a full speedrun tutorial for any percent easy, which is a good starting point. You can also start with this category, honestly. It's not too bad.
You can also play the game casually because it's just a lot of
Just
fun.
play the games casually.
When you do watch the cutscenes, it's definitely a lot of fun. And I mean, they even had this little demo disc when you would be playing Metal Gear Solid 2. Zone of the Enders 2 is definitely a more fleshed out game because this is a game that came out for the PlayStation 1, which
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Oh, this
PlayStation.
was PlayStation 2, really? Okay. Yeah. And Zone of the Enders 2, they just went all in for it, and it's really fleshed out. They even have an anime on this, so if you like,
The two animes.
yes, if you like robot warfare, then definitely check this out. I would say.
They
Sure.
also have a tactics game too.
Ah.
I haven't played that one yet.
Same.
That's
I
on
need to
GBA.
Yeah, I need
It's
to
like
give
the
it a shot.
last thing. That's the last thing I need to do because I've watched the animes, but I haven't played the Fist of Mars. So that's the GBA game. But yeah, I'm Plywood. You can find me at twitch.tv/Plywood_. I stream occasionally. Gonna hopefully try to get a little bit of a faster time on this category, and then we'll see about the higher difficulties with 100%. I think it's going to be worse, but we'll see. And yeah, make sure to follow this stream because yeah,
We're almost hitting the follower goal of 300 followers, so
very
definitely. And Saphiro, you want to do a little outro for yourself?
You can find me at Twitch, the same name for the most part, and yeah, that was a down go run, man.
Thank you.
Yes, that was just so fast, but that's always with this game. I'm the Lightning Strikes. I commentated this. I'm also part of this marathon and all that, so you'll see my face more often. Well, maybe not my face, but hear my voice more often. And thank you so much for watching this run. Thank you for running, Ply, and thank you for commentating Saphiro Crescent.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Handing it over to Nick, our actual host.
Such a cool run, and that even with me being biased because I do run any percent, I can certainly vouch for Ply's tutorial. Absolutely fantastic tutorial for getting into this game. It really was great to get me into this run, and I might have to try 100% at some point. Yeah, thank you so much for that. It was a really cool run, and great to sort of see a bit more of the game. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got one more completion run for you coming up next. If you like speedruns that go fast, well, we've got the king of going fast. It's Sonic 3 and Knuckles being ran by Gaming Speedrun BR18 coming up in just a moment. As I said, don't go anywhere.